Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LPL Valorant Amateur of tonight. We have a best of one game, Rambunctious Bears versus Cars the movie. I'm Digitalcasts, and of course, my special guest caster tonight, Minimise OCE. How are you doing? We were just talking about you eating chilies again.
Well, that seems to be what we talk about these days, Digital. You seem to have a fascination with what
Oh
I
yeah,
eat.
oh yeah, absolutely. Because how often do you actually see, a Caucasian guy downing chilies with his migarang in the morning? I don't see it too often. I'll be honest. It's great content. Well, let's focus on the actual task at hand, right? Because right now, this best of one series, Cars the movie versus Rambunctious Bears, one map only, on ascent, Rambunctious Bears on defense. Who do you think's gonna take this?
I haven't seen these two teams play before, but
Mm-hmm.
knowing the players in this game,
Yep.
I'd have to probably say Rambunctious Bears don't take this one.
Rambunctious Bears don't take this one.
Yeah.
Okay, you want? I thought you wanted to say they do take it, but I respect your decision. So let's just ask if the teams are ready, so we can just jump into the game without further ado. You guys probably know who the players are. If you don't, then well, we'll see who they are real soon, and hopefully they put on a show. So the players that you do know in the lobby, who is it that you do know?
Well, I've played with Lynx before on like a uni team, and I've seen all the RX-7, Kalashnikov, Gloom. I've
Mm-hmm.
played, some of them play for ShadowNet and other teams around the scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who the Korean text guy is.
Freaks Sunghoon, I think.
Alright, yeah. Well, I think they're pretty sharp players individually. I've seen these guys play before, and they can definitely shoot. They've been in the scene for quite a long time.
Oh, fair enough. They can definitely shoot, you say. So you're saying that if, like, your team ever went up against them, you would be a little bit stressed?
I don't know about stressed, but like anyone on any day can pop off, and these are
Oh,
some players
true,
that can definitely
true.
pop off.
Oath. All right, man. Tell you what, we are just actually waiting for a play to restart, and at the same time, Kalashnikov is doing a dookie. So, Minimize, how's your day been? What have you had for food today?
Yeah, so
Honestly, it's my major fascination with you.
as I said before we came on stream, I just
Yep.
went to a Thai place,
Uh-huh.
had some noodle soup.
You had some noodle soup. Well, you describe it in a very bare bones manner. Noodle soup, it could be anything. Are we talking mee goreng or like, what is this?
Whoa, look, I don't eat Thai food very often. And,
Bro, you're half
after
Sri
having-
Lankan. That's so close to Thailand.
Okay, but like, I wanted to try something new. Go in, they say try some egg noodles or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So I had some egg noodles, like the egg, pork, like chili in a soup. Tasted pretty good. It was a good time.
I'm sure it was. How much did it run you guys?
It was only about $15
$15 a person over the whole meal.
for the meal. Not the whole meal, like just the noodles.
Damn, that's pretty damn good. I won't lie. Crap, it makes me want to go to Perth to try some Thai food because it's probably the only place that has, restaurants not locked down currently. But the quality of food, would you rate it to be good or just meh?
Yeah, it was pretty good. They had like the little robot server as well.
No
So
cap.
like you order food and then
Yeah.
like the server puts it on like the little robot and then
Uh-huh.
he like comes over to you and gives it to you.
What?
And I can just imagine him like just being like KO's brother or something.
KO's brother. That's a pretty big call out.
Just
So
saying that I'm powerless.
you're powerless, dude. How long did it take for that little robot to come to you? Because I've seen videos and honestly, it looks slow as hell.
It wasn't a big restaurant, so like
Oh,
it wasn't that slow. It
but
just comes in, it's like your meal is ready or something like that. You take it off, you like press the button, it goes back.
so it comes up to you and says like, "Hey, yo, your meal's ready."
Well, it's like a female voice.
Oh, okay, fine then. Well, tell you what else is ready? This game, because we've rambled on for long enough, and finally the teams are ready. My god, going to the bathroom, putting the kids to bed. So let's get into it. Agent Pick Select, Minimize, take us away. Tell me what you think of the agents we see on screen, because, from one professional to another in different fields, you should have the better point of view.
Well, I think Ascent's one of those maps where like you don't need like a Viper or something like that, like on an Icebox. You can go with a lot of different agents, and like you see like a lot of puggier, less strat teams like to go with like the Phoenix and like the double duelist setup,
Mm-hmm.
and like they'll run like an Omen with it, and I think that's what we'll see today. You normally have Sentinel players on this as well. It'd be interesting to see how KTM come out with a KO if that's what they decide to do. This is
Yeah,
hovering over it.
not something you see all the time, and like, honestly, dude, KO definitely has potential, but perhaps his identity is still a bit lost right now. But the time being, he's a fun agent, and he gets the job done, at least make teams' lives a little bit harder with his abilities.
Yeah, well, I think they're just trolling me at this point. I would like to see a Sage. I think Apple will go on Jet. Yeah.
Well, I'm so surprised.
Actually, yeah. So both running a Jet Phoenix. This is kind of like a very free play style. Like you can kind of do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of individual players to come out. So yeah, we'll see.
Well, Rambunctious Bears, right? You talked about these guys. You've kind of seen Lynx play a bit, and looking at their lineup, to my eyes, it looks so stock standard, man. Like, nothing really stands out. You have a strong Sentinel to hold down Angle's defense, and of course you have, who was that? Double Duelist, Phoenix, a really good agent, I think, at least on a sense. 6-point ultimate. It's just something that you can still abuse in the current meta, I reckon.
Yeah, look, if you start fragging with Phoenix, you snowball really hard. You get a lot of ults, and like you can win a round just off one ult, just going in, taking site. I'm expecting to see like a lot of fast executes or retakes when that Phoenix ult is up. And I think if one of these Phoenixes pop off, either one of them, it could be a very interesting game. Very one-sided as well. Just one team take it away.
Potentially. So, would you rate Phoenix better than Reyna now, on a sense?
I think Phoenix is better than Reyna, but it depends on what they're comfortable with, really.
Fair point. Sometimes, just like that Scream in EU kind of situation. Oh, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later. It's Chopin, first player on engagement, takes down... Oh! One, as he dinks the Cypher as well. This guy, he's on crack right now. Lynx with the swing, but however, he's getting juked around by Aplo and gets gunned down. Chopin has to do a lot more heavy lifting, dashes to safety, and he has backup from Veals, but unfortunately, KTM decides to box them in from all corners onto B. Veals good for one. He's going to have to dash away and wait for some backup. Aplo dives right onto him. His sack was in his face, but Veals cleans up with a triple. Minimise, I don't know what to tell you, but KTM, that was a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, they tried to funnel through that market choke and they just couldn't get rid of the crossfire, didn't get the picks they needed. Were a bit slow to push through when the rotations came in time and they managed to clog that up. But
Man, clog that up. You sound like a plumber. You sure you didn't have a third job in the back there?
yeah, I don't have any plumbing experience to tell you that much.
Alright, fine. Piping. Laying pipe. Okay, you know what? That's a really bad analogy. Let's just skip that right now. But yeah, Rambunctious Bears. Look, it's the second round. They buy up a couple SMGs, Ares, that kind of nonsense, and KTM, man. What do you do? Like, do you think it's better for teams to take this round slow and try to get some orbs? Or to try gang up and, go for a balls to the wall hard rush?
I think these rounds are very winnable, especially when you have a frenzy in it. So I'd like to see something a little bit more set out come up. Like a fast play or something like that, but they're grouping up towards A now, so hopefully we can see them use their util to get sight.
So you're kind of expecting, a frenzy to get the initial pick and then get a gun into the hands of other players, and that's when they snowball a little bit. Is that your logic?
Found them.
Yeah, well, utility is really strong in this game.
Yeah, but guns are stronger.
Flawless.
Look at that. Rambunctious Bears. They mowed down KTM. Flawless round.
They increased the price of utility, but it's still very strong. One flash can be a pick, one dash, you're behind someone.
Oh yeah.
Really hard to trade that. So you can definitely make cheap weapons work in this game.
Oh man, you know what? You're starting to sound a lot like a younger version of Pilsky. I won't lie. On your stream the other day, I was saying like, "Oh, dude, in 20 years, you're gonna turn into him." Now I'm getting real mad vibes.
I don't know about that one, but we'll see.
We'll see. KTM, full buy here, rifles all the way. And of course, Rambunctious Bears, a really healthy bonus. And there you go, there's the Phoenix stealing the ult over towards A-Long and Ancestor. And I feel a little bit wary for this guy. 3 plays with KTM just around the corner, and he may lose his head real soon.
Yeah, we'll see if they use the drone to clear this corner. or just walk up on it.
I mean, the Spectre is good to kill at that range, and indeed, he does get one. Ancestor gets a second onto Aplo. Oh no, KTM, not like this. This is your buy round. You have to be winning these, man. You can't be losing opening duels just like that. It's all down to last player, Freaks. 1v4, good for one, but this is still a very tall order. Camera comes out, knows there's one close, but it's a bit of a crossfire setup. Nice headshot onto Ancestor, but he's still gaining up on from quite a few angles. That recon arrow is going to put him in a really rough spot. Oh, gets a third though. He's still fighting for dear life. Maybe he can get a fourth. He's 58 HP, and he's still staying alive. This is doable. This is absolutely doable. Rambunctious Bears, they're slowly encroaching onto him. Nice timing, and Freaks. Oh, he turned around at the worst possible moment. Chopin caps him. 3 on the board.
Yeah, look, they seem to be very happy with just contacting up and being quite obvious with their takes. I'd love to see them using a drone or something to clear the corners, especially when you have the weapon advantage. There's no point taking those risks and trying to walk up and catch a timing.
So you reckon like that round basically was a bit of a downhill slope after that very first kill, because no one saw him, well, no one kind of expected him to be there. You probably should have, but then again, he just started snowballing. Ancestor, that is.
Yeah, you see Ancestor loves this short position already. You see he's playing it every round, and if he's controlling this area, he can lock down the map and make it really hard for them to push mid or really do anything, and they're going to be locked into this A main, B main kind of situation.
What the hell did Ancestor just see? Oh, I like this though. Rambunctious Bears, the aggression. That's quite a bit of intel after that initial kill over towards B. Now, are they aware there's one more over towards short? Gloom chimes in to help Freaks a little bit, but he may not be able to get this kill. Chopin making his life so hard, and Rambunctious Bears looking to make this another flawless round potentially. Veals, okay, not wanting to dance with the devil, but Chopin is there, and he wants up slice of the pie. He's good for one only, and KTM, they do trade out, but overall, Rambunctious Bears, they lose 2 rifles, but it's okay. They can rebuy in the next round, and they win their 4th round.
Yeah, Rambunctious Bears looking really good right now. They're looking very proactive. They're not waiting for things to happen. They're going out and getting it themselves, and when KTM is playing this slow, it's very easy to play your own game in these kind of situations. So I'd like to see a little bit more of a pace change. Hopefully, see them use their ultimates. They both have the Phoenix ult here, so you might see a fast take with the Phoenix ult, and there's only one on site, so this could be the round. Pretty
likely. Could be, hopefully, but that recon arrow may be a game changer. They pop it. Oh no, they know exactly where he is. Pops the run at the back. RX-7 leading the way onto the site, and he's getting blinded and utiled to death. Aplo dives in, closes the door, but he's on 60 HP. So much damage being done through util already. Veals locking down the site, hiding around. Good for one. Always landing that second, but Gloom does manage to trade out. Aplo double dips, and Chopin puts him down 6 feet under. Spike is down, but make no mistake right now. Chopin, what are you doing? KTM, they even the numbers up 3-3. RX-7 still holding the B main angle, and he can stay there for as long as he needs to. But Lynx is caught on the reload, and still for a 1-on-1 trade. 2 players standing, but someone has to fall real soon. RX-7 holding on for dear life. Hunter's Fury coming out to buy some time, but it's not enough. No damage. Oh, doesn't even get a kill with it. Gloom, 33 HP. He's in a rough spot. He can get crossfired here. Good for one. And it's all down to Walter to retake the site. The spike gets ticking away. Gloom not quite looking the wrong way. The right way, sorry. As Walter walks around the angle and caps him in the head. Plenty of time for the defuse as well. And I think there was an operator somewhere. Wow. Rambunctious Bears off to a hot start.
Yeah, look, I didn't know much about this team coming in, but just looking at how they're playing, it's really good. Nice. You see, as soon as they ult in, Lynx flashes them all with the Omen flash, stalls the push, brings in time for the rotations, and then they're just panicking. They can't get any map control, can't control switch or anything like that. And they can't really hold the site in the post plant. It makes the retake really easy. Especially when Veals is popping off and getting 2 on the site hold.
Yeah, the craziest thing is, like, Lynx, you know, 5 rounds in, he's still best friends with Owen, which is fine, because you are still going flawless, not a big deal. But KTM, they are able to kind of buy back into this round. It's not the best, but the loss bonus will allow them to buy something. Oh, Ancestor, my god, that's a hot start. Kalashnikov, the source of smokes for KTM, is gone.
Once again, you'd love to see a drone here. Instead, they decided to contact in once again.
What do you think they're saving the drone for? Well, we'll see real soon as Ancestor gets a second. A bit hasty on the reload, I won't lie, as Gloom trades out. Now, Water is by himself on site and probably has a good idea of where the last player is coming from. Heard the gunshots, and what a nice snap onto Gloom's head. 6-0, where's the answer from KTM?
Especially when you're running into a killjoy, there's no point contacting. There's gonna be a turret or alarm bot there anyway. They're gonna know you're walking up on them.
Oh,
But,
a
they got
tackle
the timeout now, and I think it's a good idea. You're down 6-0. Something needs to be changed here. And you'd love to see them not only use the drone to take some map control, but maybe take top mid or short, and that way it's not so obvious what they're doing. Every single round, you have the jet pushing B main, Chopin. He's taking that area off him. They're being a lot more proactive than KTM at the moment, who kind of forcing themselves to take one route or two routes every round.
Gotta say though, KTM, this is I don't know. This is the slowest or like the slowest start to a game I've seen them play in quite a while, because usually they are quite the explosive team and they make these big flashy plays. All the players are decently turned on. But today, Rambunctious Bears, like you said, not doing anything special, just playing a standard default game, and you know, decent aim as well. They're just catching out all these kills, and on the flip side, it's maybe just KTM not using utility effectively. They have so much util, but they're just pushing in, and time after time, it's what happens, and now I feel like a broken record.
Yeah, I think when you're hitting shots and everything's going well, it's easy to take that map control, but as soon as you start missing shots, you lose confidence. All of a sudden, you're scared to take areas with one player or two players, and you're kind of five-manning, and that seems to be what they're doing now.
Get out of my way.
Well, 3 players towards mid. Not too bad. They are using smokes at this point to try and take some aggressive mid control. Ancestor, okay! He had the beat onto RX-7, but unfortunately, I don't think the gun was pulled out quite fast enough. Utility usage coming out from Rambunctious Bears. Ancestor spots out quite a few towards short. And look at this. He doesn't re-aggress. He just backs off and lets Rambunctious Bears, well, his team, basically get a few rotations to come through and just work the picks a little bit more. Play the gun advantage. Oh, Chopin claps Aplo. Operator versus Blades. Good for a second, potentially, but Gloom! He does get the head before he falls down. KTM, they're managing to work their way onto the A site, but there is still a killjoy. Water sitting far back. Now, obviously, they want their element of surprise. They can't wallbang the angle, but Water, oh, with a few shots there, still managed to finish off RX-7, but it's all down to Freaks. 1v3. Only a sheriff in hand. This is a really ballsy play. Has the spike. He does get the kill, and I think he has to rotate over towards B right now.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, he's got the spike, and the players have fallen towards A. They should hear him running up here. He's still got decent time. This is definitely something he can make work.
Oh, that was close. Yeah, has some util, but unfortunately, 66 HP. What is he doing? Not much.
Bit indecisive with the trip there.
10 seconds left.
Oh, he can plant it still. But imagine if that last arrow just catches him in the corner. Oh, he does dodge it. And Tripwire gets popped. They know exactly where he is right now. Wallbang, a stray bullet could be the end of him. This 2-player push onto the site is going to be brutal. Veals. Oh, the timing. I don't know. Freaks, maybe. He was expecting him to swing out earlier. Oh, 2v1.
Yeah, he
it's
had
a
the
rough.
pressure of Link's on him.
Exactly.
And Link's
Veals.
patient enough there to wait for the 2 to come up. 7-0 now.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it's just a one-sided game at this point, and I think the confidence must be low right now for KTM. They need to get some plays going. Hopefully they have like some strats or something that they know they can rely on, like an A hit or a B hit, but right now they've just got nothing's working for them. They can't grab any map control. You've got Ancestor just putting up numbers. It's just hard to play in these kind of situations when you're already mentally unconfident.
Did Lynx just get 100% of his kills in that round? This is a good start though, but oh no, Rambunctious Bears, they still managed to trade out. It's KTM. Oh, sorry, it's KTM who managed to trade out. And they have taken the A site like a storm. This is the pace shift you were talking about earlier. 4v2, this is the best round they've had so far.
Yeah, doing really well to counter that aggression, play anti-flash off that flash, and they managed to win the trade and take the side off it. It's going to be a really hard retake of the off here.
Did Chopin just shoot the trap and then dash away? God. Pretty good accuracy there. Oh no.
Enemy
Freaks pushes through. And the Michael Jackson moonwalk. That was from his teammate as well. It screwed him over. Chopin should have died there, I think. Gets a second onto RX-7. He can clutch this out, honestly. He can do so much damage. Nothing to lose. Just jump in there. Gets a third. Oh my god. Spotted out Kalashnikov, who does manage to take him down. But the spike. Kalash may not survive this. He does just.
Yeah, when you're already down 7-0 and an economic hit like that, it's really bad. They're gonna be able to bite this round, but if they lose this one, they're gonna be super broke. But they seem to be happy with the fast play of A, and they might be looking to repeat it onto the B site. And I think if they go fast enough, they might be able to just isolate the Sovereign site.
Yeah, well, hopefully, because I mean, Lynx is there. He has a paranoia to maybe buy some more time, but it's RX-7. I'm looking at the runner back, and he's probably the player to lead the engagement. And they do learn from, you know, previous rounds, looking to where the recon arrows, but it's popped a little bit early, I won't lie. He does check the corners for his team, clearing all the angles. This is a change. I like this. Clean.
Yeah, I think the Astra roll that. I'm not really sure how to react to that. Sober dart, no wallbangs through the smokes or anything like that can happen.
Oh, Chopin.
spike planted.
Misses all his blades, gets nothing out of it. The blades are dull. Kalashnikov swings, gets that kill. Ancestor, what are you doing standing out in the open? There's 4 players basically aiming at him. Oh no. Water, that's an amazing spray control. He gets 2. Lynx is chiming in as well. Ablo trying to get the final kill, and Gloom invests the Hunter's Fury. Water stuck in the corner, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and he will go down. Okay, KTM, that's 2 rounds now, back to back. But I gotta say, the ultimate investment was pretty expensive.
Well, they committed 2 free ults for that, and I think that's worth it. They lose that round, they lose that, the economy is going to be shattered, they won't be able to buy up. Must-win round for them, and not too bad using all the ultimates there, I would say. But they seem to be liking these grouped plays, and they might be going for another one. Fast to A.
Well, eventually this pattern is going to be quite easy to read, I gotta say. But Rambunctious Bears, look, basically 3 players over towards A. VLT's in a rough spot now. Oh man, he just gets collapsed through the wall. Chopin, nice trade back, but he's getting burned to a crisp. KCM, this shift in pace is working to say the very least. The Spike, however, in a very precarious position. Aplo, he needs his team to come help him out, but that Killjoy lockdown will make their lives that much harder. And KTM, what do? Commit to the spike plant and then back away and then play basically retake?
Last player standing.
Or just run away?
This could be really bad. It looks like he's going to get detained.
Oh dear. Are they running for
Let's see
him?
if they find him.
Oh, the timing. Okay, Lynx, he's a little bit anxious now, so he's backing off. But Kalashnikov, he's getting pinched potentially. It just comes down to the timing. He pushes through the smoke. Lynx is hiding. And the timing's perfect. Quad kill, sorry, for Lynx. And 8-2. Oh my god, KTM.
Rambunctious Bears are not scared. They get the info mid that there's no one there. Hear a lot towards A, and KTM were a bit too slow to get out there, so they managed to get the numbers in at time. And you just see time and time again, Ancestor, he's getting those picks, he's holding down areas and making it really hard for KTM to get anything done. Looks like they're changing it up and decided to hit mid this round, but they don't have the weaponry to assist them.
Hey, look, maybe they can hit some pretty long-range shots, but they're just making a lot of noise right now. Ancestor, that flash is going to do so much damage. Good dodge, though, but Ancestor gets a double kill, mowing players down. The trade back is there, but then again, man advantage, heavily favoring Rambunctious Bears.
And Vils has found himself all the way in top mid.
Silence.
And the 2 attackers, they're very isolated right now.
Lonely, oh so lonely. Spike, you know, if it goes down here. Oh, did Veal see him? No, sorry, Lynx.
I don't think so. And they're rotating towards the cypher.
Player standing.
That was, oh man, one hell of a sacrifice from Freaks. He drew all the players over to a B, but RX-7, you know, you have a Spectre in your hand. The running back is available, sure. But you have to plant the spike. And at that distance, Lynx, he's holding the angle. Oh, man, that's clean, dude. One tap.
Gotta say, I really like how Lynx is playing these rounds. He's setting himself up in good flash spots. He's watching the lurks. Even though he was good mates with Owen, now he's picked up his game. 8 and 5. Gotta be happy with these support players when they're playing their role good. But once again, they seem to be going back to this default that wasn't working very well in the past. Or they're doing the Conga line in spawn, either one of them.
Well, it's the second half soon, so they will have another tactical timeout because by God, I think they do need it.
Yeah, well, they're not really taking much map control here. And when you have the jet pushed up here, getting a lot of info. But they might have guessed wrong here. And they've rotated off the B site. A lot of these players are just happy to sit and wait and see if they can abuse any pushes.
Maybe.
I think the jet was pushing B main a lot in the previous round, so they thought that he might do the same, might be an easy kill, but Chopin, he's happy to sit and the fake's coming out.
Amazing,
This
amazing.
is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, how did he get that kill as well? Both running backs out of the round this early on, and it's a fake, sold just like that. Side's been taken, usual being set up, but Chopin, first player on engagement. You gotta be careful there, lad. Wait for your team to come through. Indeed, is what's happening. 5v5 post-plant. This is going to get brutal. Lynx TPs onto the site to guarantee intel that they already know, but oh, Appler with the swing. Chopin didn't see it coming out. Oh, peripheral vision not working out in his favor. Ancestor aiming onto the site, but couldn't quite get that shot onto Freaks. And it's a back and forth right now. Rambunctious spares, it's on the back foot, and Kalashnikov in prime position to strike. Oh dear, he does a lot of damage. Rambunctious spares, they can win this round off of some nasty shots, but at the same time, they are very low. Health pool favors KTM, and time does not favor the Bears. Lynx by himself. Oh, look. He's not looking the right way. He can just maybe try to set the defuse, but Kalashnikov has to go for the push, and that's a wall-bangable spot there. Lovely. Well done by KTM. They are getting a few rounds on the board, but man, still down by 6. That's a pretty big deficit.
It was a really nice fake coming out from them. They finally did something a little bit unique. Using the Phoenix ult to gain all the attention, and when you sell a fake that well, you have to clear so many corners and spawn and stuff like that. Made the post plant really hard, but we'll see. This map's pretty defense sided, so perhaps there could be a change in the tide. Perhaps,
you know, I would like to think that Rambunctious Bears, they did better on defense because of having Killjoy util, just locking down certain choke points with the Ananaswarms. Come on, like, you have to admit, it's very impactful, but having a Cypher, I mean, it's good for intel, and you kind of have to play with your traps, you know, to get that nasty damage off of it. Aplo, oh, spots out a few. I mean, he does do some damage. He hits the back off right quick and snappy. But RX-7, he swings instead. He's the first to go down. Kalashnikov, he's hiding in the smoke, and that may be the saving grace right now. Spots out a gun, good for 1, but he's getting burnt alive. Oh, 9 HP. Rambunctious Bears, they do take their sights, and this post plants looking to come through right now. KTM, limited util, low health from quite a few players. What can you really do in this situation? There you go, Nanoswarm burns down Kalashnikov. And it's just holding this close angle, gets the kill and dinks Freaks. Oh, this is falling apart. Down to Freaks, 1v3. Well, only a classic to play with, and Water, no stress at all. Swings the angle, double digits now for Rambunctious Bears.
And that's definitely not how you want to start this half. That pistol was absolutely needed by the team of KTM, and when you're down 10-3 going into an eco round, maybe you force this, maybe you don't. It's just going to be really hard. They did get the spike, however, so
yeah.
Actually, no, they're on defense, so they don't have the spike.
It's Rambunctious Bears who won the round and planted the spike. So, well, similar story to the first half. SMGs and Ares on Veals. RX-7, I like his flashes, I think, because he tends to bounce them off the walls. But Kalashnikov, who's the bait here, RX-7 has to do some big damage. Nice molly, but it's not enough! He just gets overwhelmed! Chopin, Ancestor, they don't care. They run right over their dead bodies. KTM, it's a bit of a force this round, but I gotta say, it's really not working out in their favor.
Yeah, they're not really doing anything complicated either. Hitting A site with 1 Sober Drone. No reaction, no response to that A main take. They had 2 players there, Asher and a Phoenix.
1 enemy remaining.
Gloom. Good luck. Good for one. Hasn't come into a reload. He's hopping around like a madman. And oh my god, Rambunctious Bears, they're really running away with this game now. 11-3. You said, you know, earlier on that you were not expecting them to take this game. But look what's happening. Look what's happening.
Yeah, well, I don't know much about most of these RB players, but I'm pretty impressed with how they're playing. They're not doing anything complicated. They're just hitting A site with a drone. And when you're going into a Phoenix, Astra, and A main, that should be a really hard choke to get through. You have the suck, the molly, the flash, but they're just making it look easy right now.
No respect, man. Hold W. If it works, it works. Well, KTM, similar setup over towards A. Worse with guns, though. Ancestor pops the run back. First play on engagement. Okay, he does get popped by Kachkanov, who gets a second. The judge doing a lot of damage. He's revealed by still fighting for dear life. Gets a third. Oh, nicely done. RX-7 does trade him out. This is the best round thus far. Rambunctious Bears losing to an eco? No way. Who would have thought?
Somehow. Oh.
Player standing.
What is going on right now? Lynx, he does get the spike down, but he's just getting ganged up on. KTM. Alright, just throw bodies at them and eventually it has to work. Although, it's their 4th round and in the next round there, both teams will be able to full buy. Gotta say, man, it's rough. Let's see how RB plays the proper buy round.
I'm not even sure if KTM can full buy here.
Crap.
Have some weapon drops and some light armor. We'll see.
Okay, well, Freaks, he does manage to full buy himself. So does Gloom. I think he can afford full armor, but maybe he wants some util. I'm not too sure what the go-to is here. It's disconnected, I'll say that.
Yeah, this buy is not what you want when you're 11-4 down, but this is the first slow round we've seen from Rambunctious Bears all game.
Oh, wow.
See how they take mid.
This is aggressive.
Yeah, he's holding the one-way really close up while the server's droning at mid.
But look at Rambunctious Bears. They're also aware that one player may have pushed. So they're just sitting far back as well. Oh, over towards A long. Oh, RX-7. He gets a dig. But ultimately, the Spectre is just not good. It's not good enough.
One down.
Chopin, good for one. Here's the footsteps of Aplo. Dashes right next to him.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's just disrespect, man. Chopin, you can't be doing him dirty like that.
Player standing.
Freaks. 1v4. 1v3. He's making this happen. But last time, he fell short.
You have to go for this as well, there's no point not.
Yeah.
11-4, you gotta take as much as you get, but looks like he's decided to go for the mental victory instead.
Spike planted.
He is still going to try go for this, right? Okay, right. Mental
believe so.
victory. Oh, just look at that single smoke as well, you know, it's just paranoia. What do you do? So many angles to check as a Cypher. Spots out one, and Lynx is just lying in wait. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's an impossible retake to win an impossible game, and don't really like their odds right now. That was the last of their money. It's just shattered economy right now. Aplo only on free kills. Can't even pull out the jet knives. 4 rounds in, only 4 roll points. That's not what you want to see.
No. Absolutely not. On the bright side, though, KCM, they have more rifles than they had in the previous round, and they have a few ultimates, like you said, so they can work with it. It's not going to be easy, I gotta say.
Well, they're going back to the trademark egg take, and they haven't had a response for this drone all game, so let's see if they can finally do something.
Cutting noise, they're just waiting outside A. And they already have taken short control as well. KTM, guys, where's the defense? Oh, dear.
Yeah, they're just not being proactive right now.
Oh, okay, they do manage to get the kills. Chopin, though, he's fragging back. Chopin, what the hell, man? He just does that, and suddenly you blink and you miss it all. Rambunctious Bears, they turn the tides in their favor. Freaks, once again, in 1v2. He made it under the door. That's cute. That's big. And he can actually land his last shot. He will know exactly where Water's playing, and just comes down to who lands the headshot. 7 bullets in Water. Freaks is on the reload. And Water, 2 bullets at this distance. He can land that with 1. Spare gun on the ground. Oh, look at that. That's clean.
Will he pick up the gun? Full bullets.
Freaks knows where he is. Freaks. Oh no!
Oh no.
Damn near had it. But overall, what a clutch. 13-4. Nothing I can really say, man. This is... Oh, it was a brutal game, dude. It was a brutal game.
Yeah, you had one team that was very proactive on defense, taking a lot of map control, denying a lot of info, and then another team that was not really the same, and you saw the result right here.
Oh, God. 13-4, man. Chopin really showed up, especially towards the end a little bit there. He started to really ramp up, I would like to say. And Aplo having a very rare, quiet game. KTM, like you said, maybe after the initial first half, the mental kind of just wasn't there anymore because Rambunctious Bears, they were just getting every single win in their name. No respect to any defensive util that KTM tried to pass up. They just ran through and got the kills. But then again, when you get that many rounds, man, you play with full confidence as well.
Yeah, and when you don't have that confidence, you can't take the map control that you need. You become very predictable, very easy to read, and I think that's what Rambunctious Bears were doing, just reading them every round. And when you're winning all your aim duels and your star players, your star jets aren't fragging like they're supposed to frag, it makes it really hard to get back into that game.
I'll tell you what, man. Not much to really break down, at least in that game there. So let's just go for an interview post-game. And hopefully, Rambunctious Bears, they do have someone to come on to talk. Who would you like to come on? Is it Lynx? Because you know the guy.
You can bring on Lynx, yeah, sure.
Well, I messaged him, and hopefully he does answer. Well, Okay, Minimise. So from your perspective, what could, well, KTM have done better? At least on the attack or defense.
Well, obviously, I'd like to see them use their server drone to take short or take market. That way, it's not just them shifting up short and then kind of being obvious. They're not really pressuring the other side of the map, so it's very easy to read and kind of what you're doing. As well as like they're kind of grouped up really heavy, so they don't have a lot of spread map control on the attack side. You'd like to see a lot of these players take a little bit of confidence, take a little bit of map control by yourself, or at least pressure those areas so that you can't just rotate or take free map control. Because a lot of times you saw the Jet just walk in, you saw Chopin just walk through B main for free, and then shoot people in the back, and nice to have a player there or a Cypher trip there just to watch that, and that way you'd be a little bit more unpredictable, not give away as much info.
Makes sense, man. Well, I'll tell you what, the interview is ready, and let's get Link into a group call and just see exactly what he has to tell us. Lynx, well, first off, man, congratulations. That was one hell of a convincing game. 13-4. I mean, what was going so well for you guys?
We had a scrim on Ascent probably an hour beforehand, and we did the exact same thing. Just pushing A round after round until it didn't work. Go B, and then go straight back to A.
Right, so just keep pounding it, and then eventually, it'll work.
Just brute force straight through, just send Chopin out, get a kill. That's the end of it, pretty much. Just out aim.
Perfect. Minimise. Now, you know this guy, so ask him whatever the hell you want to.
Yeah, Lynx, I gotta ask, how's the prac been going with this team? Is this
Pretty good, actually. We've picked up Chopin recently, and to start off with, it was a little bit shaky, but we've picked up pretty quick, winning most times we scrim.
Well, cool, man. Any last words from you? Any shout-outs? Anything you want to say? Because Rambunctious Bears, you guys are actually doing pretty well. Definitely exceeded my expectations for this game.
Yeah, the only thing I can really say is Hectic Khabib's are terrible. Absolute garbage at the game, and I think it's going to be free on Wednesday.
Ooh, that's a call-out right there, man. Okay, then let's see how it turns out, man. Thank you very much for coming on. Congrats on the win, and best of luck versus Hectic Habibs on Wednesday, you said.
Yep. Thank you.
Minimise, you heard the guy. Big call out there versus a Hectic Habibs. I think I saw Creaky in the chat as well. I played with that guy once in a ranked game, and he was quite the good player. And he had, full confidence, and he said, watch out for Hectic Habibs. So this is going to be maybe a show match of the Titans. Any words from you?
No, it was good gameplay. Good to see these teams and how they play, and excited to see Rambunctious Bears in the future. If they can keep performing like this.
For sure, man. Maybe this is another Nebula in the making. We'll see what happens. Well, Minimise, thank you for coming on as my guest caster today, ladies and gentlemen. That's our best of one game. LPL Amateur done and dusted. Rambunctious Bears, they take the win over KTM. Whew, very fast, I gotta say. And guys, Minimise OC, that's his handle right there. Follow this guy on Twitter and on Twitch. He streams, he does it all. He does research, maybe a little bit of coaching. He's a funny guy, eats a lot of chili. I can tell you that firsthand. And I'm Digitalcasts. You can follow me on my handle that on Twitter as well as Twitch, in which I cast a lot of games, mainly on Twitch. But recently, I've been starting to do my own podcast series. And my first guest, literally a few days ago, was Minimise. So hopefully we'll get him on in the future again to have him, chat a little bit more. I was going to say the S word, but I'll keep it family friendly. A little bit more stories about Nebula and him as a person, how much spice he's been eating, that kind of stuff. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the show. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
We're going.